In this lesson, we're going to talk about aprons and frame. So this is what you're going to check when you open the hood. You're going to look under the hood. Now, there are a couple things you want to check. Like you want to look at the oil, see if the oil is clean or dirty. Sometimes people don't change the oil, you get sludge. We'll talk about that in another video. But in this lesson, I want to talk about the aprons of the car and the frame rails of the car. So let's go over a couple of basics. When you open the hood, first off, you want to take a look at the bolts on the fenders. So we see that the bolt has not been turned. It looks like it was put on like this at the factory. So that's a sign that we have an original fender, which is a sign that the car has not been hit in the front. Now we're going to look on back to this bolt back here as well. So again, this bolt looks original. I don't see that it's been turned. The paint is not broken off of the edges. We look up at the hood. So we see right up here that the bolts have not been taken off before. So that's a sign that this is an original hood, which also is an indication that this car has not been in a front-end collision. But let's keep looking. So this is the core support of the car. This core support is welded on right here to the apron on the driver's side, and then the core goes all the way over to the other side of the car, and it's attached just like this on the other side as well. Now if this car had been in a major front-end collision, we might find that the core would be smashed, it would be bent, it would have damage, or maybe we'd find that it had been replaced. Now if you look at these welds, they're very round. These are round, beautiful factory welds. This is an original welded core. If it had been replaced, we'd have probably some sloppy looking welds. The next thing we want to look at is the apron of the car. This is the apron, which is part of the structural unibody of the car. So we want to look and make sure that it is not damaged. Make sure that it is not bent or smashed, which this one looks to be in good condition. We've got the original welds on it. We don't have any dents or anything like that. Now we're going to continue on and look at the frame rail of the car, which we can look all the way up to here, and this is the first part that would probably be bent if the car had been in a major collision. But you can see that, okay, so looking at the box rail of the frame rail of the car, looking at the frame rail of the car, you can see there's no major damage. It looks like this is a completely undamaged original frame rail. No signs of re-welds or damage. That's a very good indication. Alright, so now we're going to continue on over to the other side of the car. We're now on the passenger side of the car. We check the bolt. It looks like it has never been taken off. Never been taken off, so that's an indication that we have an original fender. The same on the hood. The bolts have never been taken off, so original hood. We come down and look at the core support, which again runs from one side of the car to the other. We can see that we have here original, beautiful little round factory welds. And you can see them down here as well. So this core has never been replaced or re-welded. So the car is checking out very, very good as far as the front end goes. Let's continue on down to the apron of the car, which is this part of the car, which is part of the unibody, and follow the edges along all the way to the front. You can see that there's no damage. It's a little dirty, but there's nothing bent or smashed or re-welded. Alright, so we continue on down, and if we shine our light and look all the way up to the front edge there, you can see that the frame rail does not have any damage, and that's what we want to see. Okay, so this was the front end check. The aprons and the frame of the car under the hood. Anytime you're shopping for cars, you're checking out cars, you always want to open that hood, check the bolts on the fenders and the hood for any signs that those bolts have been turned, maybe that the panels might have been replaced, which is an indication that, hey, you know, something's happened up here. Let's look more carefully. Always check the aprons very carefully. Make sure that there's no damage. If those aprons have been smashed or re-welded, you have structural damage on the car, and there's going to be a question of how safe that car really is with those repairs. Also, there's the question of, you know, if this car gets in another collision, what's going to happen? It might get smashed. And of course, anytime a car has been in a major collision like that where you have structural damage, you can have other issues where sometimes the car doesn't You can't get it aligned right. It doesn't drive quite right. Sometimes tires wear out too soon because the alignment just isn't right since the car has actually been bent. All kinds of problems that you can have. So it's better to avoid a car like that unless you are aware of what you're buying and to you're willing to go ahead and buy it. But I just want you to know for sure what it is you're actually looking at, and you don't buy something with damage that you're unaware of. All right, so again, make sure you've got your flashlight, because even in the daytime it can be shadowy under the hood, especially in the aprons and the frame rails. It can be hard to see, so make sure you've got a light. Get that hood open and take a good look under there at the aprons and the frame rails of the car.